What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the King's Court. So today we've got kind of a gay topic to talk about. So as we all know, one of the really great things that came out of this return to common sense, this return to normalcy that we have, this return to not kowtowing and limping and being and scared of offending such a very tiny minority group of people, is that we no longer have to see all this crap everywhere. We don't have to see rainbow flags in our schools or transgender flags at the White House. No one gives a shit anymore. And that's a great thing because it's BS. Because sitting there and promoting this woke ideology, this mind virus that has ingrained itself in our youth, has possibly ruined an entire generation of this country, is ridiculous. And well, unless you live in Salt Lake City or Boise, Idaho. So one of the things that states chose to do to fight this was what Utah and Idaho did. They passed state laws saying that in order to fly a flag in a government building, it had to be, quote, the U.S. flag, the state flag, a city or country flag, or county flag, military flags, Olympic and Paralympic flags, official college flags, or tribal flags. College, for example, here in South Carolina, when the University of South Carolina or the University of Clemson, or whenever College of Charleston or Coastal or any of the other ones, whenever one of them wins a national championship, we fly that university's flag over the State House for a day. It's kind of a celebration, a great thing to do. Well, these laws have been kind of complained about, people claiming that they are targeting LGBTQ AI plus 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 2, whatever flags. And let's be honest, they probably are. But for a pretty damn good reason. There's no reason to have that crap in our schools. And that's where we were seeing a lot of this stuff. A lot of these teachers, these woke, crazy teachers, you've seen them all on TikTok. One of the things they were proud to do was display this crap in our schools and indoctrinate our youth. Like I said, possibly ruining an entire generation of this country. So these laws were passed and were supposed to take effect this week. But the mayors of Boise and the mayor of Salt Lake City sure didn't agree. Mendenhall, the Salt Lake City mayor, said, "My sincere intent is not to provoke or cause division. My intent is to represent our city's values and honor our dear, diverse residents who make up this beautiful city and the legacy of pain and progress that they have endured." You know what? I take it back. That's such a noble cause. Absolutely. It's weird, though. About 70 million Christians have been persecuted over the last 2 millennia. Are you going to make the St. Christopher flag, well known and regarded as the Christian flag, a state flag? Are you going to make it a city flag for Utah, for Salt Lake City? No, I don't think so, because that's not what you don't give a shit about the beautiful city and the legacy of pain and progress that they have endured. All you want is to be approved of and loved by a super small group of people. So what did Utah do? What did the city of Salt Lake City do? They basically took the woke flags, the pride flag with the triangle shit on it, the transgender flag, and the Juneteenth flag, which I didn't even know there was a Juneteenth flag. I mean, look at these things. And they basically put the flower that they put on their new city flag like 6 years ago and put it on these flags to make them city flags. Oh, so smart. How about just have a city flag that embodies what it means to be a citizen of Salt Lake City? Why do you have to fly a flag that actually cuts out citizens of your city? That's divisive. It's against the very thing you said it wasn't supposed to be. The Utah Republican House Speaker Mike Schultz called this a clear waste of time and taxpayer resources. 100%. He said that the law that the state of Utah passed was about keeping government spaces neutral and welcoming to all. Salt Lake City should focus on real issues, not political theatrics. And absolutely agree. Maybe Salt Lake City should focus on the fact that, actually, I don't know. I don't really give a shit about the politics of Salt Lake City. I just think this crap is crazy. Sitting there and acting like you actually care about people is ridiculous to me. So Boise, they just took the freaking pride flag and just made it a city flag. And this is what's kind of crazy about Boise. So Boise and the people who are against the law in Idaho, they like to use this example out of a town they have up there in northern Idaho that's actually pretty close to the border of Canada. So what this town used to do prior to this law, they actually flew the Canadian flag in a lot of places. It was supposed to be like this, we're really close to y'all, and we just want to like show our friendship to the other country that we're close to. And I don't really have a problem with that. As long as you're obeying flag code and you're not doing anything really dumb, that's fine. But people who are against this law are trying to use this as an example of why this law is bad. And it's like, no, how about you just ask the governor for an exception? Like, you can do that. The mayor of that city, Bonners Creek, I believe it was Bonners Ferry, can absolutely have the governor make an exception. The town gets fined $500 each time they do this, or the city, you get fined $500 for not following the law. Ask for an exception for this. I'm sure he'd do it, or she would do it. Who gives a shit? But you're not indoctrinating the youth. You're not using the town square, as we like to say in constitutional law. You're not using the town square to make a political point that's one-sided. That's all I'm saying. Guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. I'm curious what y'all think about this. I can't wait. There are probably some awesome comments here. And again, like I always say, if you have any questions that you want answered here on King's Court, if stuff is going on in the community you're in, if stuff is going on nationwide, I like to look shit up. Ask me. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Peace out, guys.